Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. Ruto has continued to insist on this mission of Haiti, even despite the fact that the mission seems to be failing.
The one thing that Kenya will not do is to walk away from Haiti.
Now, when Richard Quest took William Ruto back to the statement he delivered during the UNGA gathering, that is the United Nations Assembly gathering, Ruto insisted on continuing with the Haiti mission.
Do you regret getting involved and offering to lead the multinational force in Haiti? Bearing in mind, when you're complaining about old cars, second-hand cars, and that really, that comment, I'm not sure whether you realized it was going to sort of take off as it did, but you regret leading that?
I will never regret.
Now, the expectation is that after William Samoei delivered a statement about the challenges that Kenyan forces faced in Haiti, the expectation would have been maybe to withdraw the troops first, then get the United Nations to provide the necessary equipment, then deploy these police officers. Because if he publicly admitted that
I must commend the United States. They did make available logistics vehicles, but unfortunately most of the vehicles were second-hand vehicles, and therefore they broke down a lot many times.
The organization or the US gave MSS second-hand vehicles, and these second-hand vehicles are the main reasons why Kenya has already lost 3 police officers. Now, if that is the case, what is the essence of continuing with the mission? Because the mission is not bearing fruit. If you are very keen listening to Trump's statements, if it were Biden would have touched on this issue of Haiti and would have maybe given Kenyans some compliment. But the big question is, did Trump give Kenyans compliment? That's a very important thing that you need to note, ladies and gentlemen. If Trump did not give Kenya that needed compliment, then it means Trump is not in support of the mission. Trump probably would like to have a different arrangement where Kenya is not the one taking the lead like it has always done. Of course, one would argue that that was Biden's arrangement. Now, Trump wants to have his own arrangement. Maybe he's going to settle for another country to take the lead, but not Kenya. You see, most of the statements that Trump delivered during his speech, for those of you who are very keen following the statements, you realize that Trump was mostly attacking policies which Ruto is in support of, like the issue of the green energy, see, climate change, you know, because according to Trump, he figured that that is just a way of some other countries wanting to take advantage of developed countries for funding. You know, Ruto has been pushing for the climate change, green energy and the like. So Trump thinks that those are just people who are not very honest. So the level of dishonesty in the people who are advocating for the climate change policies and the green energy, that, according to Trump, is just a way of wanting to get money from the developed countries. Now, talking about Haiti, and Richard Quest was very categorical that if at all you've already complained about second-hand vehicles, why are you still continuing with that support? I don't know how many of you are very keen on that part, but the truth of the matter is that I think the message being sent to William Samoei Ruto is that he should withdraw the forces, you know, in Haiti. The policemen who are actually doing in the mission should all be withdrawn, with the sole reason that he openly admitted about the usage of second-hand vehicles. You see, kama zile gangs ziko Haiti zishagundua kwamba hii force ya MSS wamepewa vitu ambavyo havifai. So you know that is already posing a very huge challenge. The admission by the president publicly during the UNGA meeting has already posed the mission and has already put the mission in jeopardy, because if people like Fraser already know that these people are operating using second-hand vehicles ambazo ziko prone to breakage, so wanaweza kusema kwamba sasa hawa kitu tutafanya, tunangoja wakienda patrol, then we pray that hizi vehicles zao ziharibike, then we ambush them, kill someone. You see, that can be a mindset of these gangs, because these gangs, according to how they conduct themselves, it's like they have nothing to lose. These are people who already decided that something must be done. And again, if you look at these gangs well, then unapata kwamba there are people who are financing this gang. It's not possible that they will always have ammunition. They will also have guns. Where are they getting these guns from? Because it's not the government providing them. So then who is providing them? It's not possible that these gangs are that grouped, and how have they, where do they get funds? So there is someone who is trying to finance their activity. That is the main reason why it is not easy for the government to deal with these people, because these people keep recruiting themselves day by the day, and there is someone who probably is assuring them of finance. So because of that reason, that explains why they keep growing stronger and stronger, and most likely taking them out is not going to be an easy thing, and they're well trained, because if they can mount that kind of pressure on a government, the MSS mission, pressure on the MSS mission, a mere ambush on the convoy of these police officers can pose a huge danger on them. So that would mean these are gangs who are well trained, well equipped, and well financed. They are ready to do anything, ladies and gentlemen. And that explains why unapata kwamba there are deaths. Of course, I had a joint press from the MSS that there's some kind of progress which has been made, and some level of normalcy has returned to some streets of Haiti. Areas which initially could not be accessible are already accessible. So according to the MSS, it was like saying that there's some progress in this mission. It's not just a mission ambayo imefanyika na hakuna any progress, but there are progress. There are roads which have been opened. Vitu kama hizo. Those are some of the things that came from the team during a presser. So, ladies and gentlemen, based on Richard Quest's question to William Ruto, do you think Ruto should withdraw all the police from Haiti to just forget about this mission because this is not our war? Should he do it that way? Just tell us below on the comment section. So perhaps if you're watching this video and have not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.